Councillor Carlson.
Well, thanks, Madam Mayor. Some of the comments I've made before about the budget process, so bear with me a bit if I could express my, I won't say frustration, but the challenge that I have is looking at each department and wondering, really, how do you drill into it to find out? I know if you talk to the 20 people that work in the red department, they're all busy, they all deserve 3% raise, they're all tired at the end of the day, and you're asking them to analyze what they do, and they'll tell you they need four more staff. Well, that's the story of every department, of any business in the whole world. They're all busy and so on. But how do you find out that you even need the red department anymore, or that it's not combined with the blue department? How do you? That's the part that frustrates me. You ask each silo, each individual manager, and they'll still come in with a very sweaty brow, and they probably believe that everything they do that last year should be done again next year, and so on. But 10, 12 years go by, and there's still somebody making a buggy whip in the basement somewhere, and we haven't had buggies for a long time, so that's a gross example. But that's the part that gets me, and having the little seminar, here's what we do, here's the big book, and same as last year, about 3% more, and by golly, next guy up. So I don't know how you do that, and that's maybe more of a city manager job than or question than anything, but that's the kind of thing that occasionally from my department, I'd like to be able to say, what the heck is it you guys do over in that building? That's the part that frustrates me. You ask each silo.
There was controversy about the rostrums. There's the one at the middle top of the side, which some people have said reminded them of Mussolini. There's a less imposing one, as you can see on the plaza level to the right. These are not grandiose things intended to present a kind of dictator form of government, but a complete contrary to that. And that is, the building's idea is not to make a big corporate envelope where no one knows where anybody is and there's no sense of responsibility, but rather to make a building where there's a straightforward idea that there's a representative, person elected, they stand up for, we have a Hazel Battalion because we more stand-up person than that. There's a system of representation and responsibility, and that's ingrained in the notion of the building, not obscuring that relationship, but rather illustrating it.
That's the part that frustrates me. You ask each silo.